This documentary supports tag and release.
Do you ever get the feeling that the city has you trapped and you need to escape? They do something that you have a passion for. We'll forget the blue Mondays and let's go and catch a blue marlin.
Shoals of smaller fish are a good indicator that larger game fish are in the area. And that's a good place to go in search of that monster of the deep blue, 1,000-pound blue marlin. Here they swim free, and we would like to keep it that way by releasing them back after a good fight. These monsters get very large, and the world record tips the scales close to 1,500 pounds, the same weight as the average small family car. BomBom forms part of Principe. Sao Tome and Principe form part of a small Portuguese colony, 150 miles from the west coast of Africa, very close to the equator. When traveling in Africa, you can expect a couple of strange requests.
Are you flying to Libreville? Yeah. I just want to send this one to my brother, my sister. I don't pay any money. This is only just parcel.
You are not even a passenger.
Hey, this was illegal.
To get to BomBom, you fly to Libreville, the capital of Gabon. Once there, a quick transition to a charter plane, and you're off again on your way to Principe.
For my fishing buddy Leon, it's going to be a trip he will never forget. He has never been dragged around the ocean by a marlin.
BomBom is one of the few places in the world that you have a realistic chance of capturing a grander 1,000-pound plus fish. The island used to be used as a Cuban military base, but now it is inhabited by just a few Portuguese.
South Africa is basically 2 hours ahead of Sao Tome and Principe, so adjust your watches accordingly. You in fact are now 2 years younger.
Thank you, Captain.
Thank you, Captain. Nice flight.
Welcome to Kyknet and BomBom Island Resort.
Thank you very much. Cheers, op 1,000 pond, hè?
BomBom Island forms part of a lost world, and you get the feeling that time does not exist. The name BomBom means good, and that is exactly what we are hoping for. Good fishing. The water is crystal clear and ideal for extreme fishing adventure. Our guide for the week is Richard Scott, and he's going to help us locate these monsters.
Al die keepers hier, jou seker speel.
A good breakfast is just what you need before you head out to the deep blue waters. But before the fishing starts, everything is checked and then checked again.
The drags are checked to ensure that we do not lose any fish because they are too tight. The drags make it possible for us to catch 600 kg fish on 60 kg line. How that works When the fish starts swimming away and puts pressure on the drag releases line and eases the pressure. We generally set the drags at 25% of the breaking strain of the line.
Special underwater cameras allow you to see what the lures are doing. The reels we are using are 80 and 130 pound Shimanos. Well, once everything has been checked, it's time to head out into the Atlantic. The sea is a little bit on its head, but that does not stop the marlin from feeding. They pull 5 lures behind the boat, each in its own special location, depending on the weather conditions. It's important that they swim properly, and the crew are always on the lookout to ensure that lures create the desired effect. These koners, or lulas as they are known in this part of the world, create a bubble effect that attract the predators. Once they attack the lure, the hooks are set and the battle is on. We all know that fishing can get a bit slow at times, even in remote locations like this. So close your eyes for a second, and surely then you will awake with reels screaming.
Couple of lines got caught there, four right over my car, half flip. Die vis het gedraai. Lekker spalé! Hey, hardloop! Paar lijnen wat met mekaar was, alles uitgesorteer. We
managed to get the other rods in. The fish jumped over a few lines and created havoc. Not bad for the first attempt. The big risk now is how badly was the line damaged during that original strike.
For Leon, the moment has arrived. It's his first marlin, and he's feeling the weight of the battle, and a few mistakes start creeping in. But he gets lots of advice from Richard and Rian.
Wat wil jy doen? Nee, maar sit hier die ander hand oor, dat klap hulle die bly die drag af.
Een aan ons kolla. Hè?
Well, now Leon is in the hands of the skipper, and he will try and help Leon by controlling the boat and ease the pressure on the angler.
Gebruik net je benen, laat je arms een beetje rust. Relax.
Ja? Dit is niet veel nieuw, dus moet een beetje uitzetten.
Richard tells Leon to increase the pressure on her, for she's sounded deep, and the only way to get her to surface will be by placing ever more pressure on her. and a half later, she breaks the surface as the crew pull her in closer and try and remove the hooks. She is next to the boat and still full of life, just before she is released.
Gone.
We get escorted home by some dolphins.
Ek is baie seer. My bene is ongelooflik styf en my hand is ongelooflik seer. En ek's vrek moeg.
BomBom Island has extreme drop-offs, and Richard explains where the fish are found. He has seen over the years that these drop-offs are very productive, and that time and again fish are captured in the same area, especially where a lot of smaller fish are found. But theory is only theory, and you cannot catch fish if your line is not in the water. The skipper stops the boat exactly on the drop-off, and it does not take very long before Rion is involved with his first marlin of the trip.
Just step in here. Yo! Guy!
As the skipper backs the boat up to the fish, Rion retrieves line. He needs to ensure that he has the line tight at all times and to ensure that the hooks stay set.
The fish has run out quite a bit of line, but I'm retrieving it all now.
But after the fish's aerobatic display, she managed to release herself from the hooks, and the battle is over as fast as it started.
Get it! I'll get some.
Rion inspects the lure to ensure that everything is still in working order.
We had the fish on for a short while, but the hooks were not set properly and she got away. Well, if the hooks were set better, we might have had a better chance.
Well, it's time to put out the lines again and to wait for the next one.
There you go. On the side now. Move it, stop.
With the help from the boat, I'm retrieving line.
The battle was short, and after 15 minutes the fish is next to the boat. She is grabbed by her bill and the hooks are removed. She is then revived, and once she is ready to go, she is released back into the Atlantic.
Think it's 250 pound visie.
Small fish for these waters, about a 250 pounder. But she still had the goods. We released her to fight another day. Today we decided to move to a place called Jockey's Cap. This area is known for its steep drop-offs and big marlin.
It is early in the morning, and Leon is into his second marlin of the trip. Another monster.
We're bezig om achteruit te ry met die boot, sodat ons 'n bietjie lyn kan terugwen.
Leon explains that they need to get as much line in as possible to ease the pressure on the line and angler.
Ek sê hierdie vis is nog nie moeg nie. Ons sal hom miskien nou naby die boot kry.
Richard reckons the fish is still too strong to be released safely.
After a half hour, she's next to the boat, but still too green to be handled by the crew, and she's off again.
Kyk vir mense oor na so 500 pond.
We had the fish next to the boat, but she was still too strong to get to the hooks. There is a big move in conservation, and we will release all bullfish, even 1,000 pounder.
Ons release seker 100 visse hier in 'n seisoen, maar jy weet almal skat die gewig.
Richard explains that they release hundreds of fish here in a season and would like to weigh this one to see how their weight estimates are. But Rion does not think it is a good idea.
We decided to come to BomBom and capture these monsters on film. And I believe that's the only way that they will be around forever.
An hour later, the hooks are removed and she is released. Another successful trip, and BomBom lived up to its reputation.
If someday you come decide you might want to catch the fish, I can tell you what exactly you want to do. First thing you must find the man with the boat. He must know the hideout from the fish.